And you know what? This Monday, I hope and I wish for you guys and I pray that you're having a peaceful Monday. Shalom. So peace be with you. Peace be still. Woo! I say that, but you know what? Mondays are always like nutty buddy. Like, oh my gosh. Like, even if you're not working right now, it's like you feel like you have to get everything, all your errands done in one day. Like, it all has to be done Monday. So it sets you up for the week. Like, it all has to be like, maybe that's how I was this morning. Like, so, oh my gosh. Like, I got outside and I got my workout in a little bit later. So I started like at 9:30 and it was hot. Ooh, I got some sun. Oh my gosh. But oh my gosh. It kind of just set me up. I was like, oh, I got to get this. I got to hurry up and get through this workout so we can go ahead. I got to go to Sam's. Oh my gosh. You know? And you just kind of like get all like stirred up. Then I'm sitting here thinking, whoa, you don't stop. You don't have to have everything done right now, right this second. Be still. Be at peace. Okay? Like, you got this. Like, I had to talk myself through it this morning. And, like, now I'm, like, praying for rain. Because, woo, when it rains and it makes you sleep. Woo! I don't know if you guys out there need that, but I do. I want to just, like, sleep. Oh, my gosh. Woo! All right, anyway, so yesterday I kind of touched on that. About how it's so hard, like, to put rest aside and not even want to stop for 1 second. You know, we have to go, you know, and we don't stop and take rest as a gift, because it really is a gift from God. He put out one day just for rest, like to not do anything this Sabbath. And whether it's Sunday or whatever day, I think we all need that day of rest, because you have to like kind of reboot yourself. And with this whole pandemic and everything going on, I think it's like a whole rest for like the world. It's like God saying, whoosh, everyone be still, calm down, be at peace. I'm starting afresh and anew. Like, everything we're going back to, it's all new. It's all fresh. It's like we can't look back to how it used to be. Everything's new, so we just have to move forward, right? And I just watched the sermon. It was awesome. Because, man, you know what? God is. He is a way maker. He is a miracle worker. And I do feel like it's kind of like magical. It is. Like, when you see your prayer, like things that you've just been praying about, when you see those like happening, it just gets you so excited and just fills you up with so much more faith. And you're just like, yes. And it's all about having faith and trusting in God. Like, I'll read you this verse today. This is my verse for this morning. So I'll share it with you guys. But it was Psalms 103:8. The Lord is compassionate and merciful, slow to anger, full of unfailing love. Like, it's unconditional love. Oh my gosh. So no matter what we're doing, no matter even if we're not taking the rest, and we're not taking the rest as a gift, and we're just going, like, God still loves us. Even when we're messing up, we're not doing this, we're not paying this on time, whatever's going on, like, God still loves us. It's unconditional love. So no matter what we're doing or what we're going through, like, God is there with us. But there are some things, like right now, since everything's new and everything's fresh and everything that we're going to go back to, like if you're going back to work, you know, your job, everything is going to be different when we go into the stores now, having to wait in line. Like, I went to the mall for the first time in forever, and I just wanted to go in Bath and Body Works and like spray like everything on me, you know, and I couldn't. I had to wait in line, and I had to be like, and they only like want 2 people out, and then I was like, oh my gosh, I just want to spray. Can I just spray? Like, things were all new, right? So I think right now, everybody, it's just like new careers are coming, like new relationships. Just right now, this pandemic is just kind of, it's a time right now for us just to rest and to evaluate everything that we have going on with our life, right? So I just watched this sermon, and I wanted to share it with you guys for Monday, because it was touching on things that I touched on yesterday when I came up here. I was like, so excited to talk to you guys, like, after I got through church. And I want to go back to kind of what I was talking about yesterday. Sometimes I get so excited and I'm just all over the place. So I talked about yesterday is like taking peace and really taking time to really rest and regroup. And that's kind of what this whole pandemic is doing. It's kind of forcing us to rest and regroup and reboot, which is good because we want to go back to the new, right? We can't look at the old. We can't miss the old. We have to look at the new and the fresh and go back with a positive attitude, right? We have to have a vision of what we want to do. And we have to have, I was talking about yesterday, let me not get off track, but I was talking about yesterday how we have to be at rest and we have to really trust God and stay focused on God. Because when we're focused on Him, we're unstoppable no matter what we want to do, whether it's new or fresh or whatever. Like, if you're focused on God, you are unstoppable. right? So if the water gets rocky or things get kind of crazy like they are right now, you're unshakable, you're unmovable. You are, what is that? Gosh, you are steadfast. You're steadfast, unmovable, unshakable. You're grounded in God. Like, you're not gonna let anything move you, right? No matter what comes at you, bills, relationships, like whatever, like careers, like ending, fire, whatever. Okay, you're not going to let it move you. You're not going to let you shake you, because you know who your source is. You know who your provider is, and that's God. So when you're focused on God, then you stay more at peace. Shalom, shalom, peace, 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 be still. Yes. So I talked about that yesterday, just kind of being at rest, and how Peter was in the boat. And this talks about in Matthew, and I just looked it up. So it talks about when Peter was in the boat and there was all that huge storm and all the guys were in the boat, but Peter saw Jesus because Jesus walked on water. And Peter goes, Jesus, is that you? And he's like, yes, come to me. And all the guys are like, he's like, come on, guys. And they're like, no, Peter, you go. And so Peter got out of the boat and he trusted Jesus, and he just kept his focus on Jesus, and he kept walking to it. And as he focused on him, he kept walking to Jesus. But then it says in the Bible, as he turned his head and he saw the winds and the waves and the storm and everything going on, he started to sink, and he cried out, oh my gosh, save me, save me. And Jesus kind of reached out to him with his unfailing love, just reached out to him. And he lifted him, brought him back up, and then all the guys. And so it's like, he trusted him, and he knew God was going to be there. So even though it was stormy and it was crazy and everybody else didn't want to get out of the boat, he got out of the boat because he trusted God and he kept his focus on God. So that led God to open up doors for Peter. So I'm like, oh my gosh. So I'm going to read this to you because I just looked this up. And it was in Matthew 14:31. And it's like, immediately when Peter started to sink, Jesus stretched out his hand and caught him and said, gosh, why did you have such little faith? I've got you. And then he put him back in the boat. Or no. He said, and when they got into the boat, the wind ceased. Yeah, so he reached out his hand, he got him, he said, why did you have such little faith in me? And then he got him, and he put him back in the boat. And then when we put him back in the boat, all the wind ceased, the storm stopped. So it's like right now, if we all kind of think about it, like we're all, the waves are going, we're in the storm right now, but if we can just trust God and focus on him, we're just unstoppable. I think you'll have more peace. You'll be more shalom. So you'll have more peace. So you'll be more able to rest. Be at rest. You'll be healthier. You'll be happier. Oh my gosh, you guys. You'll be happier, so you'll be kinder to other people. And right now, I don't know if you know it or not, but when you go out and stuff like that, even walking on trails, you guys, and you have people riding bikes, they just run you over, and people are not nice. I don't know if it's just because I haven't been out in a while. Usually all I did is work. But now that I've been out and kind of free and doing stuff, people aren't happy. They'll run you over with that bike, and then they yell at you for not being on the roadside, and you're like, oh my gosh. And it's just like, oh my gosh, it's really, is it the pandemic? Is what's going on? People just are they're not at peace, So I think as us, we right now, whatever kind of religion or whatever you're at now, I'm trying to be all Christian, goody you and anything like that. I think being a Christian is about really being a relationship. It's not about going to church. It's not about reading your Bible. I mean, you want to do those things because that pleases God, but really Christianity is about having a relationship with him and knowing that he has unfailing love for you and unconditional love for you, and he will be there even when you get out of the boat and you try new things and it gets kind of rocky. God's going to be out there with his outstretched arms and going to pull you back. You just got to trust him. Woo! You gotta trust him. Hope you guys are following through that, because this kind of might be long. But follow me, keep following me, because I just watched this awesome sermon, and she was talking about what limits God. And so everything's fresh and new, and you go back to your career, everything's gonna be new. Maybe you want to start up a new business or whatever you're wanting to do, a new relationship. I don't know. But the things that limit God are having not a vision. When you don't have a vision for yourself, that limits God. But God is a miracle worker. He's a way maker, man. He's thinking big. And when you're thinking small and you don't even have a vision for yourself, that limits God to bring down his supernatural blessings. So, and then fearing the unknown. Ooh, and that's a stressor right there. More fearing the unknown. When you hadn't heard anything about this and that, and you don't know if you're gonna have a job or this, or you don't know if this is gonna happen, you have money to make this. You're fearing the unknown. You don't know if this diagnosis, if you've got this or whatever. That was the most stressful thing when I was going through breast cancer. It's fearing the unknown, when I didn't know if I had it or not, or if I was gonna be in chemo, or what was gonna happen. Fearing the unknown was But then once they told me, hey, this is what you got, this is what we got to do, I was like, hey, cool, I got it. I gave it to God. Let's go. I'm ready to get this over with. Let's go. So fearing the unknown limits God, and then fearing change. When you don't like change, like everything is changing right now, you got to go with it. The world's constantly changing. You just got to go with it and trust God. Stay focused on Him. And then when you're thinking too small, when you have small thoughts for yourself, like we have a big God that wants to bless you more than you can even imagine. And so when you're thinking small thoughts or small visions for yourself, that limits God to bring down more blessings for you. And then being unable to take a risk. When you're unable to take a risk and really go out and step out of the boat, step out of the unfamiliar and do something different and totally trust God, like being unable to take a risk, that limits God as well. So fear of failure. And all these things that limits God, it kind of all comes in one. It's like not trusting Him because you're fearing the unknown. You're like fearing of taking a risk, and then your fear of failure. And then not taking a step of faith. Oh my gosh. Sometimes you just, even though it's kind of scary and you're like, oh my God, because you've been in the boat so long and you're comfortable, and now everything's changed and everything's kind of rocky. You need to be like Peter. Step out of the boat, stay focused on God, and trust Him, and you're just going to walk on that water. But then when you start looking at the news and you start thinking, then you start then you start to sink. But then if you start to sink, you just know. You reach out to Him and say, save me, and He's got you. He's going to pull you back in because He's an unconditional, like His love is unfailing. Oh my gosh, unconditional love. I just love that word, unconditional love. With my parents, I was just so, with your parents, you have unconditional love. You have people that are going to love you no matter what you do. And I mean, I acted a heathen, but they loved you and they were there for you no matter what. It's like when I lost them, I felt like, And then when I lost my grandparents, gosh, it's that when you feel like you've lost that unconditional love, guys, it's that, but you know what? I always knew that I had a Father in heaven that loved me unconditionally. So that and coming closer to God has really helped me more than ever. So for my Monday motivation, and I hope this really helps somebody out today. I know I'm kind of all over the place, but if you guys can just remember, right now is a fresh and new. Everything is changing. Don't be scared. If this bill is late, if that's late, you know what? Trust in God. He always provides. He's your provider. He's your source, right? Not the government. And if things are kind of rocky, don't look at the storm. Don't look at the storm. Just keep focused on Him, right? I mean, I go to this. I'm reading this more and more and more so I can understand it more. And it makes me feel so much better. And I really feel like God speaks to me and I feel more peace, like shalom. I feel more peace here, and that's the big thing for me. Because when you're all stressed out, that causes digestion problems. It causes sleep problems. Like even if you're trying to be in ketosis, and you're stressed out, your body stops producing its natural magnesium. So then you're all constipated, and then you knock yourself out of fat burning zone. So it's so that stresses you out. For anybody out there that's doing keto or in a ketogenic diet. Be at peace. You'll be healthier. You'll get more sleep. So you'll be fresher. Your hair will be healthier. Yes. So really all it is trusting in God and knowing that He has unfailing love. He's slow to anger. He's going to be there with you no matter what. Even when you start to sink and you look at the storm, He's going to pull you back and He's going to put you back in the boat. But right now, I think with all the change, right now we need to kind of take a step of faith. And if you guys are wanting to do something new or start something up like me, I started the YouTube channel. Woo! I'm kind of all over the place, but I'm going to get it. I'm going to get the hang of it. I've got a vision. I know all of us out there have a vision, you guys. And if you just keep your vision and you put times 10 on that vision and know that God is going to bless you for having that vision and being faithful, woo! You are unstoppable. And you're going to be man, thanking God for this pandemic. I am. I'm thank you, God, for this time that I've been still. And I'm still having trouble being still and being calm, but I've learned to be calmer and take time to just be still, right? So take that today for the Monday motivation, that God is unfailing. He's compassionate. He's merciful. He's slow to anger. He's kind. His love is unfailing. He's always going to be there to pull you back into the boat, right? So even if you step out and you're kind of getting caught up in the storm, don't worry. You look to Him. He's going to pull you back. I promise you. Yes. All right. So I love you guys. Yeah. So, hey, take this. step out of the boat, you guys. Step out of the boat and just trust him. Don't let the storm. Step out of the boat and you guys walk on that water. Hey, I'm going to take my own advice. Like, I had to go back and look at some of my videos, and I was like, why am I worried? Why am I doing this? Be at peace. Be calm. So, you guys, shalom. Be at peace this week. I will catch you back. I think I'm going to do a verse of the day. So you guys be excited, okay? But I love you, and I will see you soon. All right? Shalom. Oh, no.